Welcome to the Kicking It with the Colonels podcast. I'm Wes Chandler. Today, our guest is a former national champion and Olympic qualifier, Ahmed Jaziri. One day, he will be on this wall of honor here at Eastern Kentucky University. You can see Ahmed run in the Olympic Games on August 5th. But for now, check him out on the latest episode of Kicking It with the Colonels. He is one of the best athletes to ever grace Eastern Kentucky University in all sports. He is Ahmed Jaziri. Ahmed, thanks so much for joining us here on the podcast.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the invitation and always like grateful to have the opportunity to speak with you and to show people what I did in EQ.
Now, for me, it feels like you just graduated, but it's been almost 2 years since you graduated from EKU. Does it feel that fast to you?
Yeah, actually, yes. It's time like flies. Like it's my I had a short experience in EQ, so I came like in 2020 and finished in 2022, and then I like I I'm start being a professional athlete. So now, yeah, it's time flies, and yeah, I'm really excited that I'm you know I'm getting better in sports. I'm getting better in track and field, and yeah.
So, former national champion, recently qualified for the Paris Olympics. You're in France right now. What does a normal day look like for you now, or is there such thing as a normal day?
So some people like think that professional athletes they have like a lot of free times and they are free all day, but actually it's not. So usually I wake up at 7:30, have my breakfast, and then we have practice at 9:30. Sometimes we have practice at 7:30. It depends. If in the summer when it's hot outside, so I have to wake up early to run like at 8 a.m. And then we have a double session at 5 6 p.m. And sometimes we have in between we have like a gym session at 12 p.m. So actually is a busy schedule. I have a busy schedule, and right now is it's actually the same. So I wake up at 7:30, 8 a.m. And then I'm lucky because I'm in Forum now. It's not that hot, so you can train at 10 a.m. So sometimes at 11 a.m. It's not that hot over here, and yeah, that's my schedule. So just have most of the day I have double training, and if I don't have double training, I have a long session in the morning or in the afternoon.
Yeah, you said right now at the time of this recording, it's 9 o'clock where you are right now, and that's a pretty good
Yeah,
backdrop for 9 o'clock at night.
yeah, it's crazy to be honest. It's 9 p.m. and it's still you can go and do your workout right now outside. So it's a nice place over here. It's a forum in France, and it's an altitude place. Like most of the like athletes, they come here for training, and I'm here for before Olympic Games to to get some fresh air and train harder, and yeah.
Now, I would imagine, I don't know this for a fact, but I would imagine that running in the Olympics has been a childhood dream of yours for a long time. Is that the case?
100%.
Yeah.
I remember in 2021 when I missed the Olympics. It was a mistake because I was ready, but sometimes things uh, don't go as you planned. But I'm really excited right now. I'm going to Paris. Um, I'm very excited to try my best in Paris and see what I can do. And I'm pretty sure I'm ready and I can do like good results over there.
We're going for gold, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Now,
Always.
always got to go big, right? Obviously running in the Olympics is a huge accomplishment because you're training so much. Are you able to enjoy the things outside of running and prepping for your steeplechase event?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, do you mean like I enjoy like
Are you
doing.
able to take in France, I guess, right now, besides
Yes,
training and doing all the preparations leading up to the Olympics here in a couple of weeks?
I I, I didn't get the
Are
question,
you
but
able to like visit tourist attractions? Like, are you able
oh,
to go
oh,
see some stuff, maybe do some stuff that you wouldn't normally do?
it's too much stressful being in the village. You know that, like,
Yeah.
being in the village before, like, 9 days before your race, because I can go to the village in 26 for the opening ceremony, but being there in 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 the village, for me, I feel like it's so much stressful. And for me, I want to be like out of the village and just concentrate for just training every day. And then when I get there, I just, like, 5 days or 4 days before my race, I just locked in and just, like, think about my race, and like, think about, like, the different tactics, and see what I can do in the race, and how can I'm gonna manage my race. So I think it's I will enjoy Paris after my race.
Yeah.
So I will enjoy, like, go and see the village, go see, like, the you know explore the city
Yeah.
after my race. But before, I feel like I'm gonna locked in and, like, see if I can make the final. For me, I'm pretty sure I can make the final. And yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun before and after. Like, before, I feel like my goal is just make the final. I feel like if I reach my goal, that's the most, like, fun um, I can have in Paris.
All business right now, but after it's party sounds like, and then that you've earned it.
I'm still
Yeah.
racing after Paris, but yeah, a couple races after Paris.
How far in advance have you been in Paris right now and to prepare for these games?
Okay, so I live in Baltimore, Maryland, and to get used to the time, adjust with the time, because there is, like, 6 hours difference. Um, so I came here in 26th of June, and until tomorrow, and then I'm going to Barcelona to do, like, a training camp, another training camp before Paris, because now I'm in altitude. And so usually people, they go after 3 days when they finish the altitude camp. For me, I always go 21 days after my training camp at the sea level. So it's a kind of different between athletes and other. For me, I'm going to Barcelona for another training camp until, I know, like, the 28, 29. I'm racing the 1500 in Leuven, Belgium. So in 2 weeks. And then from there, I will go with my coach to the village, to Paris.
How do you keep your schedule straight? That's what I want to know.
It's sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes I'm doing everything by myself. Like, I actually am with my coach, but most of the things I by myself or with my manager. And I'm trying to do everything possible to make me, like, to be able to make the final. I feel like I'm trying to do everything um, that makes me in better shape in Paris.
And in your event, the steeplechase, you get to run in France's largest stadium. It holds almost 80,000 people. What do you think that that's going to be like, that moment when you get out there? Are you just going to take it all in for just a second?
It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna
Yeah.
be crazy. So I I've been to three world championships before, and Budapest last year, it was like, I think I was crowded. It's like, it was like probably 50 or 40,000 people in the stadium. Also, I have been to the two Diamond Leagues this year, and there was, like, too many people in the stadium. So I kind of get used to like to be in to be in a, like, a stadium that has, like, too many people watching your race. Surely it's gonna be different this year. Surely in Paris it's gonna be different. Too many. I'm 100%. Too many people from North Africa will be there because France is really close to North Africa, where I came from Tunisia. I'm really excited to live the experience, and yeah, it's gonna be amazing, an amazing experience, and hopefully the experience will be as we planned. Not only experience, I want experience and a good results as well.
Now, that stadium was originally built for the World Cup back in the 90s, I believe. Did you ever play any football back in the day?
Nah, like football, American football or
No,
American?
like American soccer.
No,
No.
no. I'm not a big guy. I don't think they were like.
Now, if you don't mind, take me back to the night you punched your ticket in September. What do you remember most about that race?
So before that race, I was in Budapest in the World Championships, and I didn't make the final. Like I ran really bad. Like I don't know what's happened. Something didn't go as we planned. But after that, my coach told me that I'm fit. I'm still fit, and you can run a standard somewhere in Europe. And I know I'm fit. I know I can run under 8:15 because before the World Championships I ran 8:15, um, and I run 8:17, and I run 8:24. Like most of like probably three races by myself, and like the last 800 I take the lead and just run fast. And then my coach told me there is a race in Zagreb, Croatia, and it's gonna be fast. So I said, yeah, let's do it. And then, to be honest, I didn't expect I'm gonna run 8:14, but I know I'm fit. I know I'm fit. But I was like, depressed after not making the final in the World Championships. But I knew I'm gonna do something. I can do something, and like I did 2K, 5:30, and in 2K, and then I just the last 600 I took the lead and ran 8:14, 8:14.9,
Ooh,
and the standard is
yeah.
8:15.00. So I was lucky. I was lucky. I was
You got under it, yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I was very lucky. Yeah.
How many texts and phone calls did you have after that race?
Too many people from Tunisia, like especially my best friends, my family, people that love track and field, people from
Mhm.
the federation. So because they know I'm qualified for Olympics with that time. So I wa- it was it was a crazy day, but
Mhm.
also it was a pretty it was a good race. It was a good race. Croatia, Zagreb. I think I'm gonna go back this year to run it again there. So hopefully we will go there this year too.
Has your training or your approach changed anything since you qualified for the Olympics?
100%. Well, yes, it's a different schedule. Um, Probably. So I ran indoor this year and I did two personal record in 5K and 3K. I ran 8:41 and I ran 13:24. That's a huge PR for me. And from there, I know I can improve my 3K steeplechase as well. If you run faster in a different event, is not in your main event. If you run a 5K and you do a PR, or if you run 1500 and you do a PR, so actually you will know that you can run a PR in your 3K steeplechase. So I know I can run faster in 3K steeplechase with a new training plan. And but yeah, but I think you don't know that this thing, like my outdoor season didn't start like as good as I want. I fell in Doha, Qatar, the last 600 meter, and I had like really like a bad like swollen knee, and like I had a really bad injury in my knee and my elbow as well.
talking with former national champion Ahmed Jaziri and Paris Olympics qualifier in the steeplechase here on the Kicking It with the Colonels podcast. And for somebody like myself that's never competed in a steeplechase, my personal opinion is that steeplechase is very unique. Would you agree with that? And what do you think makes it unique if you feel that way?
I think the steeplechase is the hardest um, event in track and field because it's not just running. So you actually run. Um, you have to be careful when you jump the hurdles, like when you jump like the barriers, and also like it's kind of hard when you run with people and you trying to jump, but someone is next to you can push you and you can touch the barrier. So I feel like in steeplechase you gotta be fast, you gotta be um, aerobically good and anaerobically good as well. Um, a better you have a better technique over barriers, and also you have to like sometimes in the 10K, if you run a 10K, sometimes you just follow people, like follow the runners and just run. But in steeplechase you get to be really careful at the beginning. So it's a unique event, and you gotta be strong as well. Have a strong leg, um, too much strength, and I feel like it's too many things combined together to be to be able to run steeplechase. If you don't have one of them, I don't think I would recommend anybody to do steeplechase.
There's a lot of discipline, it sounds like, just involved in it.
Yeah, for sure. Like a lot of discipline, and yeah, I feel like it is. You have to pass through a different like a stage to be able to run steeplechase. So you gotta be good in 5K, and also you gotta be good in 1500, and you gotta be good in over barriers, so you know how to jump, and also you have gotta be like strong and like too much strength, because if you the last two laps, if you don't have like strength, you are not strong enough, you it's gonna be really hard. You will not even capable to jump the water pit.
What will it mean to you to compete at the Olympics representing your home country of Tunisia?
It's
Have you
it's
given that
a
much thought?
it's a dream. It's a dream to like to compete in a international competition and wearing the your country, like represent your country and wearing the jersey with like your country flag. You know, um, it's a dream. It's a for me it's a dream came true, and I like people in IKU, especially Corey. He knows that I really like I really like to be in every international competition, like Paris. Maybe in 4 years, gonna be in America, in Los Angeles. Um, so this is Olympic Games is a it's a special competition because it's every 4 years, not like World
Mhm.
Championships. It's every year. So it's a dream. It's a dream came true, and I want to finish the dream this year different than others. So
How
we'll
much
see.
how much has Corey Erdman helped you?
I mean, I'm always thankful and grateful for the opportunity that Corey gave me when I was in EQ, and he's not only a coach; he's also wants me to be good in CAA, but at the same time, he wants me to be good in different competition. It's like represent your country. So he's always like flexible with me, and he understands that I really want to do that. I really want to be a national champion. I really want to be in a world championships. In 2022, I went in two world championships, indoor and outdoor, and I won in CAA. So he's a, I like Corey. He's one of my favorite coach. He's you know um, I'm really grateful for him to get like uh, really grateful to give me the opportunity to be able to be good in track and field. So
And sometimes
also,
there,
also Joel too. Joel is my
yeah,
was my assistant coach. He was like, we were together. We were like, um, she understand what I want. She understand um, what it's better for me, because each athlete is different. So for me, I feel like I'm different. There is like a different schedule, different training plan for me, and yeah, and I think I did, like, I made the history in EQ and in NCAA.
now there are a couple of people, not many left, but there are some still on the roster now, current day here at EKU that you were teammates with. Do you still keep in contact with any of them?
Yeah, a few of them, yes, a few of them. Like, so I went to Barcelona like 3 weeks ago. I've seen Tapias, so I know Hakim as well. I know Saif. Um, like, I, I think I have a good relationship with them, but being far away from where they're from, it's hard to keep in touch. But we text each other sometimes when you know when we need to.
I'm sure you're all each other's biggest supporter too. When you have a big race coming up, you always get go down that avenue and being able to be there for some of your former teammates as well.
Yeah, sure. I'm still a big like a fan of AQ sports. So I'm still like following the team in EQ, especially track and field. And there is a amazing athletes in EQ. I have, like, you know, they made the cross country championships and say the AA championships, and yeah, they did an amazing performance, and I wish they will keep doing that. And there is like always EQ is the best. I think is the best school in steeplechase in all America in NCAA. I feel like EQ is always the best in steeplechase.
Now we've talked a couple of nights here so far. We talked about the qualifier for the Paris Games. Take me back, if you don't mind, to the night you won the steeplechase national championship back in 2022. Have you thought much about that night? Like, because EKU's always had a good track and field cross country program, but to actually have a national championship, that really could just change the future of a program for X number of years.
Yeah. So before the championships, I ran the fastest time in EQ. So I did like a new steeplechase record, and also it was the fastest time at that year in steeplechase. So I ran 8:24 in California, and I know I can be top three. To be honest, I know I can finish top three, but when I ran the prelim and I finished third or fourth, I I I felt like the, it, the final is gonna be hard. The final is not gonna be easy. So there is like a 3 or 4 runners that they run really good in the prelim, and I felt like, yeah, I need to be smart enough to win the race. Sometimes you can be fit and you can be fit enough, but you don't know how to run, so you will miss like winning the race. You will not winning the race, because I feel like mentally is it's plays like a huge role in track and field. And I ran really clean at that race, and the last 800, when I just moved to the second place, I said I'm gonna win this race. I know I'm fast. I know I can finish 60 the last 400, but also, like, I'm not alone in the race. And the last barrier, I said, I get. I'm gonna be the national champion. No one can take it from me. I'm gonna do it. And then I ran I won the NCAA. I ran the second fastest time in NCAA history, and also I ran the standard for the world championships. So it was like, a mixed feeling together. And yeah, I I'm not gonna forget that moment. It's one of the greatest moments ever. It's crazy. It's a crazy moment.
And
Uh,
then a couple days after you came back to Richmond, and there was a nice little gathering for you once you got back here to Richmond.
yeah, they they
Yeah.
celebrate my like the trophy, and they know I did the great results, and not only winning in NCAA, but also had like I wrote my name in the NCAA history. So yeah, it was amazing, amazing time in EQ, and I'm I always say that, like, when I'm alone, I'm really thankful for the opportunity to, like, when I had when I was in EQ. Like, it's an amazing experience. Like, actually, it's really, yeah, it was a great time. I had a great time in AQ, and yeah, I learned a lot. I learned a lot from there.
That's fantastic. Now, English is your third language, correct?
Yes.
So you also speak French and Arabic, and that's the
Yeah.
official language, right? Of
Arabic,
Tunisia?
French, Arabic, French, English. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, give me like if you, I'm going to put you on the spot here if you don't mind. Give me
Okay.
like a common sentence in French and Arabic if you don't mind. Just a common phrase.
Uh, okay. Let's start with Arabic, because
Okay.
Tunisian Arabic, like, the accent is a bit different. But I would say um, أنا فخور جدا بكوني آم، أحسن أفضل عدائين في جامعة Eastern Kentucky University. Um, and let's say it in French now. Um, uh, what I'm gonna say. You're gonna make me in a embarrassing content. Um,
This is why we have fun on the podcast.
all right, let's say. Um, I would say je suis très content d'être un athlète et un bon athlète. Et, um, yeah, I'm actually, I'm like, I don't know. I feel like three language together. I feel like
Yeah, yeah. No.
it's yeah, yeah,
It's just fascinating the difference in languages. I feel like it really kind of you see the diversity in the world, I guess you could say.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But to be because I live in America, so now I spend like 11 months in America and 1 month in my country.
Hmm.
So my language, especially in the second language, it gets like, a bit like low. So I have to review so many things, so many grammar and verbs, to know to be able to speak in French. But Arabic is still my own language.
Now, did I read this right? You had a bachelor's degree before you came to EKU?
Yes,
Okay. Tell us a little bit about that.
I have a bachelor's degree um, in Tunisia in physical education. So actually, I'm professor in physical education, and yeah, I just finished my bachelor's degree, and then I came to EQ. I just finished my second bachelor's degree. Can I bring the charger?
Yeah, go for it.
It's
Wow.
actually, it's crazy. Look at here.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's a nice place to train and to run every day.
Oh, for sure. I could get used to that. Yeah, that makes it nice. Man,
Yeah.
that is awesome. Thank you so much for showing us that. That is spectacular. That's something that very few get to see and really get to take in, and you're getting it taken in firsthand.
Yeah, it's it's not that expensive as well too. So if you go to Saint Maurice is way expensive than
Uh-huh.
Fort Romeo. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
That's incredible. Well, we only have a couple more minutes here before we wrap things up, and I want to ask you a couple of personal questions here. So
Okay.
you still find time to bowl? Because I heard you were a big bowler.
Yeah, I am. Actually, yeah, I am.
So
Um,
what's your best score you've got so far? Do you remember?
mm,
Probably pretty good, I would imagine.
I don't remember the number to be honest, but I'm really good. Yeah, but
Well, say
I
it.
enjoy playing.
Be
Yeah,
proud of
I enjoy.
yourself. Be
Yeah.
proud of yourself.
Uh, I don't I don't remember to be honest. I don't have a. I'm sorry.
The
Yeah.
humility setting in.
Yeah.
Is there a routine you do before each race? Are you superstitious?
Uh, my routine is like um I always trying to not focus on the race. Like, do you mean routine in like in term of like food or in term of
What
like
anything? What do you do? Do you do anything specific each time you before you go into a race? Like if a race at night, do you have to eat a certain meal? Do you have to put on a certain pair of socks? Like what do you have to do?
yeah, I so the race week I always like have a massage. If I'm racing Sunday, I have to do like a massage in Tuesday. And yeah, and the food actually it should be it has like protein, carb, and salads. And always like the 2 days before my race I always avoid having red meat. And as also like the 2 days before my race I was like playing games to actually like like me, as I said, if you go to a big race, it's always there is a stress, and I feel
Mhm.
like there is so many things you can do that makes you like having less stress,
Mhm.
like playing games, uh, talking with your friends, like doing something you like, and yeah, that's my routine before my race, and yeah, I'm trying to have enough sleep, trying to yeah, I'm like I have self-talk, so I didn't say that to too many people. Actually, I use a few things to for imagination. I do self-talk. Um, I talk with myself a lot. Um, like especially how the race if the race goes fast at the beginning, what I have to do. If the race goes fast in the middle, what I have to do, and if the race goes fast the last two laps, what I have to do. So actually, like I imagination in my mind and see the picture. Um, that's I feel like I don't think so many people have the same thing, but I always use that to kind of leave the moment and in the race day you actually had that before and you're gonna face it in the race during the race, so you actually prepared before you start the race.
Well, Ahmed, thank you so much for your time. I greatly appreciate it. And I know I speak for all of EKU. We're going to be cheering you on in the Paris Games.
Thank you very much.
All right. That's Ahmed Jaziri, from former colonel competing in the Olympic Games here in just a couple of weeks. Thank you so much for tuning us in on Kicking It with the Colonels.